Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley Lanese and I share videos on spirituality and motivation, blending them together so you can get the best benefit out of it. This week's video is on failure and it's going to be about the truth about failure. So I hope you guys are ready. Stick around to the 7th tip where I share the most crucial truth about failure. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is realize failure is a stepping stone to success. I am a writer. I'm writing a mermaid series, which I will link down below if you'd love to read the synopsis. But through my mermaid journey, writing the books and everything, there were lots of failures along the way. But instead of seeing them as, oh my goodness, I need to stop, I can't be a writer, I can't live out my dreams and send a ripple across the globe, instead, I think, okay, I just need to shift. I need to realize this is a stepping stone to get me to the next location that I need to be at. Oprah Winfrey says, failure isn't the end of the road. It's the big red flag that is saying to you, wrong way, turn around. So failure is not something to get all bent out of shape over. It's something to realize, okay, I just need to change course, change direction. And that leads me to tip number 2, failure is feedback. What failure is trying to show you is your mistakes so that you can then create new improvements. What I encourage you guys to do is to create an improvement list, cross things off, and keep adding new things to it. And eventually you will find what you need to succeed. Also, when something fails, don't take it personally. There's a book called The 4 Agreements, blending in that spirituality with the motivation. I will link it down below. They talk about how you shouldn't take things personally. Do not become so connected to one method and one task. You need to be like water, flow. Allow yourself to just be okay with things going a different route than what you planned. I've also made videos on goals, how to set goals, and I have this really unique method called sticky note goals. I will link all those videos down below too if you'd like to watch those. But your plans are going to change, and that's okay. If you don't get so attached to them, you just keep revamping, and you have to understand that when you set a goal, you might not do it right when you said you'd set it, but that's not what matters. What matters is the fact that you set that goal and then you keep resetting it over and over again, and then you eventually get to it. And if you fail at it and you do it the wrong way, you write it down and you analyze where things went wrong. Tip number 3 is fail hard and fail fast. Because when you fail hard and fast, you learn so much quicker. You literally pick up insights. Think of success as an iceberg and understand that there's so much more under the surface that you don't see that's going on. So when you fail hard and you fail fast and you just take these risks, you are increasing your likelihood to succeed. That leads me to tip number 4, fall in love with failure. Gary Vaynerchuk, who I absolutely adore, says this, and I will link his channel down below if you don't know him. He's so freaking motivating and amazing. But basically, he really taught me to fall in love with failure. He changed my brain. I was like everybody else, we don't like to fail, it hurts. Instead, he said, love it. You have to love it. If you want a 1% life, or if you even just want to get your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, it doesn't matter how grandiose they are, but the more grandiose, the more you're gonna have to really start to love failure. So he does this technique where he says, when you fail, you'll have that initial feeling of setback. Instead, though, replace it with this feeling of love. Instead of thinking, oh my goodness, I failed, that's horrible. No, that's not what we're thinking anymore. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to be like, you're going to feel that initial onset, and then you're going to replace it. I love failure. I love failure. And I just did that over and over again because you're going to fail a lot on your way to success. Elon Musk even says, if you want to start a company, if you want any kind of dream, you have to love failure. That leads me to tip number 5. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. So think of it this way. You try at something, and then you can either fail or you can either succeed. Succeeding is less likely. The ratio to success is less likely than failing. So odds are you're going to try and fail, but then you try it again and you might fail again, and you might loop and loop and loop. But what's going to happen eventually is if you fail enough times, eventually your ratio is going to increase. That's why you should fail hard and fast. And then you will loop and loop and actually succeed one of those times and learn what to do and what is successful so that you can increase your likelihood of success. Just know failure is a part of the process. And understand that when you see people on social media who look like they've got it all figured out and they got this lavish, great life, a lot of failure goes into that. You have to have the empathy, like Gary Vee says, to understand that failure is such a huge part that we just don't talk about, but it is so important to understand that it is a big part of the process and is how you get to the abundance mindset. So tip number 6 is do not fear failure, instead welcome it. And you'll realize all these tips have sort of a common theme because it's true. Like, our society teaches us that failure is such an issue, we should reject it, but it's just like, that's why though we have such a hierarchical society where there's only the 1% get ahead and then everybody else is at the bottom. So the way that we reverse that is we realize, okay, what is going on in the socioeconomic world? Why is there such a big bottom and such a small top? It's because a lot of these concepts like confidence, success, failure, they're not taught to us right. We pick it up through other people. We learn from our family, from our parents, from schools, but it's just like, we're not learning it right. We're not actually studying confidence, so we think confidence is ego. I made a video on confidence if you'd like to check that out as well. But I was so confused about confidence until I actually started studying it. As with failure, I literally didn't understand it and I felt the same way. So that's what's great about this internet boom is that people are actually doing research, we're getting credible sources, we're doing trial and error, we're doing our own research, and we're figuring out that failure doesn't have to be seen as such a bad thing. You are always going to fail more than you succeed. You just have to go into it knowing that. So you got to change your mindset about failure. I have a video on how to manipulate emotions, and I also have videos on the cue response system if you really need a lot of help anchoring in a new mind frame about failure, because it can be very hard growing up being taught that failure is this horrible thing, and then now you got to change how you feel about it. So definitely check out that cue response system video because there's a really quick and fast and fun way to take your reality and shift it into a new perspective. I just want to let you guys know that failure isn't fatal, okay? It's not detrimental. And that leads me into my most crucial point, which is tip number 7, which is you never really fail unless you stop trying. You won't fail if you keep going. If you have this persistence, this determination that is unshakable, unbreakable, and if you also manifest and put the action in the law of attraction, which I've mentioned in my law of attraction manifestation video that I will link below, then you will create the reality that you most desire. What I really wanted to tell you from my heart to yours is to never give up. If you never give up on your dream, you will continue. Writing a book about mermaids did not come easy. It took way, way, way longer than I ever thought that it would. I was like, oh, I'll be able to write a book in 2 years. No. I'll be able to write a book in 4 years. No. I still wasn't done with the book. There were points where I wanted to give up. Before my car accident, which I've mentioned in other videos, I was like, I can't. It's too hard. I'm done. I was scared of what the universe was trying to send me on. The mission in the journey of creating this mermaid series where I took every single mermaid lore, I studied it for years, and then I blended it all together. I was so scared of that. And so I stopped. And then I got into the car accident because the universe will always gear you towards where you should go. And I'm so thankful that I never gave up and that I used that failure of my car accident where I broke my pelvic bone in 3 places and ruptured my spleen. Couldn't walk for 3 months and had to relearn how to walk. And I used that failure as a springboard towards my success. I did not allow that to get me down. Instead, I reverse engineered it in my brain, because when you're at rock bottom like that, there's nowhere to go but up. Like, you hit rock bottom. You can't walk, and you are in the hospital and just thankful you're alive. So anything that you're going through has that much power, and I just want to let you know that failure is a good thing, and go towards what failure is trying to teach you, and then re-amplify your process so that you can get the best benefit out of it and succeed in the long run. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If this video was helpful, please give this video a like. Please ring the bell, subscribe if you like these videos. I post videos every Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You're a rock star watching this all the way to the end. Of course, leave comments down below if you have any. Connect with me on Instagram and on TikTok. And thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.